Hello, I am so happy that you're here today because we're gonna be planning for one new month in our bullet journals. And I believe you're gonna love this month's theme because, I love it too. In case you don't know me, my name is Carla and this is a channel where I share with you everything that I know about art, productivity, and bullet journals. As I just mentioned, this month we're gonna be planning with a brand new month, which is Chinese New Year. So, 新年快乐! Hopefully I said that right because my Chinese is very, very rusty. Some of you might know that I lived in Taiwan several years back and I had a couple of years there which were full of, wonderful experience. I met beautiful people. They were only friendly to me. The city, it was super safe. I really enjoyed my time there, and that's actually when I started teaching. Believe it or not, I don't really teach art. I teach languages, but I don't know, art is something that has always been important and imperative in my life. I feel fulfilled and I feel, myself when I do art, which is why I created this channel. And when I lived there in Taiwan, I actually started taking sort of like my first formal art classes. Because back in the day, I went to live with my dad. He's a pilot. That's how we were able to live in Taiwan. And my grandfather was there with me and he sort of like pushed me into taking some Chinese classes, and somehow I also ended up taking some art classes, like my first formal art classes, and it was a godsend because I learned a little bit of Chinese painting and I love it, and I wish I could be, better at it. I certainly need practice, and I was learning it in a language that I didn't speak. Like my teacher didn't speak English and I didn't speak Chinese, and it was fun because it was very visual, very intuitive, and it was just a whole lovely, wonderful experience. And I guess that's why I feel so connected to Oriental art. I really, really like it and enjoy it. I think it's beautiful. And this month I was thinking of what to do in my bullet journal, and I've done other art history movements such as Egyptian art. I've also done really recently, Minhwa, which is Korean folk art. I did a Japanese theme in my bullet journal, although I didn't do as much. I used stickers more than anything else. Back then I was doing my bullet journal a little bit differently. I've been doing this for quite a while, and you can see that my journaling has changed. The way that I do journals has changed, and hopefully you like this new artisty way of doing bullet journals, because I love sharing these videos with you. They really are important to me because I want to share with you what I believe is a very beautiful, mindful way of doing bullet journal. I know you don't have to do this much to, work the bullet journal system. It's just the way that I enjoy it. And I know that as me, some of you out there might enjoy this way of doing bullet journaling. And that's why every single month I plan a new month in my bullet journal and I share this theme with you. And now you are even able to get the theme through my Etsy shop if you want to. Of course, you can always just reproduce it, and there's always, for the last few months I've been doing a monthly calendar that you can just download. It's completely free. You don't have to, jump any hoops or anything. I just want to share it with you because, again, this is something that I truly, deeply enjoy. And again, this month we're gonna do Chinese paintings in our bullet journal. It's gonna be Chinese New Year, and I'm very excited about it, and I hope you are too. And if you enjoy this content, just give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and consider subscribing. Well, I think that's about it. Let's just go ahead and start planning. Get your materials. You're gonna need markers, you're gonna need some pencils, some pens, and of course your notebook. Or if you're just here to watch and have a good time, just get some tea, get some coffees, a beverage, something to snack on, and let's get into it. I'll see you at the end of the video.
Now we're ready to start. You can see here that I have my notebook and my materials. The list of them is in the description box, along with the link to download my monthly calendar, which you can use this February or any other month. And speaking of colors, you might notice that I'm not using red. Well, last month I used a lot of red to create my monthly plan inspired by Enola by My Chemical Romance. So I didn't want to sort of repeat the same color, although it is a very important color in the Chinese New Year, if not the most important color. But there are several lucky colors for it. Red is the most symbolic color for China, and in this case, it brings out happiness, passion, and good luck. Decorations, clothing, and of course, the famous red envelopes are all over the place. They also use a lot of yellow, which represents earth and symbolizes prosperity, hope, royalty, and power. Yellow was used in the robes and attires of the emperors, as well that it is associated with Buddhism, as monks wear yellow garments. But there's also gold, which you'll see me use a little bit. It is related to glory, prosperity, and good fortune. There's a lot of gold during Chinese New Year, and we'll see lots of it in decorations alongside red. But another of the lucky colors is green, which is a symbol of health, fertility, prosperity, wealth, and harmony. In traditional Chinese culture, green represents cleanliness and purity from contamination. Therefore, green is often used to describe organic things, which is why I wanted to use this sort of like teal green during my decorations of the month. Especially because Chinese zodiac also has lucky colors, and the rabbit actually pairs with green, which this year is the year of the rabbit, so it was perfect. You'll see my green has a lot of blue in it, which in a way it just happened because I love blue, and by coincidence, blue is a color that pairs up well with rooster, which is my Chinese zodiac animal. Talk about lucky coincidences. If you know your animal for the Chinese zodiac, I'd love to know in the comments. As I mentioned before, this is the year of the rabbit. Chinese New Year has a number of different animals that represent the year, and it is said that this correlates with people's personality traits when born in a year of a particular creature. This is known as the Chinese zodiac, which repeats in a 12-year cycle. The legend behind the Chinese zodiac story is that back in the ancient days, the Jade Emperor ordered that animals would become part of the calendar and that the 12 who arrived first would be selected. And this is how the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and the pig became the animals of the Chinese zodiac. While Chinese New Year remains the official name for the festival in Taiwan, the name Spring Festival was adopted by the People's Republic of China instead. On the other hand, some of the Chinese diaspora use the term Lunar New Year, while Chinese New Year remains popular and convenient translation for people of non-Chinese cultural backgrounds. Along with the Han Chinese in and outside Greater China, as many as 29 of the 55 ethnic minority groups in China also celebrate Chinese New Year. Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines celebrate it as an official festival. Now let me tell you a little bit about the Chinese New Year. I was fortunate enough to have a couple of celebrations in Taiwan when I was, and I learned a little bit, and because of this monthly theme, I researched it to share with you, and we can learn together that way. So the Chinese New Year is the festival that celebrates the beginning of a new year on the traditional lunisolar Chinese calendar. In Chinese, the festival is commonly referred to as the spring calendar, and it marks the end of winter and the beginning of the spring season. The first day of Chinese New Year begins on the new moon that appears between the 21st of January and the 20th of February, so it changes every year. Chinese New Year is one of the most important holidays in Chinese culture and has strongly influenced Lunar New Year celebrations of its 56 ethnic groups, such as the Losar of Tibet and of China's neighbors, including the Korean New Year. It is also celebrated worldwide in regions and countries that house significant overseas Chinese and Sinophone populations, especially in Southeast Asia. It is also prominent beyond Asia, especially in Australia, Canada, and many other countries, including the United Kingdom and the United States, as well as various European countries. The Chinese New Year is associated with several myths and customs. The festival was traditionally a time to honor deities as well as their ancestors. Within China, regional customs and traditions concerning the celebration of the New Year vary widely. And the evening preceding the New Year's Day is frequently regarded as an occasion for Chinese families to gather for the annual reunion dinner. It is also a tradition for every family to thoroughly clean their house in order to sweep away any ill fortune and to make way for incoming good luck. Another custom is the decoration of windows and doors with the red paper cuts, which I have to say that I of course did when I was there. Popular themes among these paper cuts and couplets including good fortune and happiness, wealth and longevity. Other activities include lighting firecrackers and giving money in red envelopes, which I am happy to tell you that I also was lucky enough to receive. If you're wondering what's the story behind the Chinese New Year, let me tell you a little bit about its mythology. According to legend, Chinese New Year started with a mythical beast called the Nian, a beast that lives under the sea or in the mountains, during the annual spring festival. The Nian would eat villagers, especially children, in the middle of the night. One year, the villagers decided to hide from the beast. An older man appeared before the villagers, went into hiding and said that he will stay the night and would get revenge on the Nian. The old man put red papers up and set off firecrackers. The day after, the villagers came back to their town and saw that nothing had been destroyed. They assumed that the old man was a deity who came to save them. The villagers then understood that the beast was afraid of the color red and loud noises. Then the tradition grew when New Year was approaching, and the villagers would wear red clothes, hang red lanterns and red spring scrolls on windows and doors, and use firecrackers and drums to frighten away the Nian. From then on, Nian never came to the village again, and the beast was eventually captured. As I told you, I had a wonderful time when I lived there in Taiwan, and I was blessed to meet such wonderful people. Them, their culture, and how welcoming they were just was everything I needed at the time. I'm also aware and encourage you to be careful with cultural appropriation when, doing this wearing of different traditional clothing, following their traditions and cultures. It's something that I know we all need to be more educated about. It's something that I'm trying to learn more about of every single day. And when I share with you what I love about different cultures, especially this one that's so close to my heart, I do it with uttermost respect, out of the appreciation that I feel for them all, and because I was honored to be so welcome and accepted by everyone I met there in Taiwan. I had a magnificent time doing these months' theme in my bullet journal, and I hope that you like it as much as I did. There was a lot of care and thought put into this plan, and I really hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. I'm doing it with all the respect and love that I have for my friends that celebrate the Chinese New Year or the Lunar New Year, and I just would like to know in the comments, what do you think of it?
Thank you so much for joining me during this Plan With Me video. Again, I really enjoy them and I hope that you do too. Somehow, I don't know when, because I'm not that fast, but I'm gonna have this plan again in my Etsy store, and I'm gonna have the artwork that I use for the monthly cover in my Society 6 store, because those are ways that you can get maybe something from my art if you like it. So thank you so much for joining me. You know that I try to have videos for you every single week. If you have any suggestion, just go ahead and leave them in the comments, because your opinion is very important to me. If you like this video, remember to give me a thumbs up, to share this video with someone that you know will like it. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because it helps me a lot. I'll see you real soon in my next video, and in the meantime, keep creative, keep safe, and always be kind. Bye!
Please like and share my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!